family.
Oh, okay.
And my love for the earth, obviously.
Yes.
Hi. So Kristen's painting a different model every day, and she's representing in paint how they overcame a specific tragedy or trauma throughout their life. She's covered a wide range of things. This is Kristen. Yeah.
Hi.
And I'm Sarah. Feel free to take one of her voting cards. You can actually look up her finished paintings that she's done throughout ArtPrize. And she's uploading a new one every day. She's painting a different model, different trauma every day. Yes, she is. Mine will be uploaded tonight. Do I have beer?
Do you want a money? I'm not getting you green zebra. Okay.
Okay, I'll get something different.
Do you want like blondie? That's a good one.
We should just get wasted. This would be way more fun if we were both just fucking here. Besides that, it probably would turn out that well. Oh yeah, we're live. Hi.
Hey guys.
Ta-da, your life away.
Don't forget to share the video, guys.
We watched you on the news.
Oh, awesome! It was early. And here I am.
Did you take one of her voting
Still
cards?
painting.
You can look up all of her finished paintings on there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then she's uploading a new one every day.
Okay, we'll be watching for it.
Yep. We've covered so far anorexia, coming out as a lesbian, living as a transgender, depression, PTSD, bipolar.
You're not a statistic.
You're not a statistic, being a mother of a bipolar child. So, and then we have lots. Yep, that's what I've done so far, and many more to come because I'll be painting till October 8th. A new model every day. There you go.
That one is to reflect retirement age.
Okay, great. Woohoo! That's my last day of ArtPrize, so it will be represented. So I'll be retiring from this, and well, there we go. Thanks so much, guys. Thank you.
You're not a statistic. Okay. Lots of different things. And she's painting a different model every day to represent an actual trauma or tragedy that they've overcome. Today she's painting me as a survivor of domestic violence. So feel free to take one of her voting cards so you can look at the finished paintings. And if you dig her ArtPrize exhibit, make sure you give her your vote. She truly deserves it. She's painting live every single day, the entire length of ArtPrize. And she's bringing awareness to so many different things that are considered taboo in this country and that people don't like to talk about. It makes people feel uncomfortable. But you would be surprised how many people come up and tell us their stories of things that they've overcome. And the amount of people that we see get emotional reading our stories and hearing that they're not alone. It's pretty incredible. Okay, so when you get that beer, you should totally just start singing It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Please, just do that for me. Please.
Is it too early to start drinking?
No, it's not. That's why I want you to start singing It's 5 o'clock somewhere. You know, it'd be really, really super awkward. It's like if like my dad or grandpa came to ArtPrize like today, and they're like, da 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 da. Oh my God, that's my daughter. I mean, he wouldn't recognize me honestly, anyways, but he really wouldn't. I mean, like he's seen me a couple of times and didn't know it was me, anyways.
Really?
Yeah, he would literally probably have a conversation with me standing right here, and not even know it was me.
Oh, that's wild.
Until he read my name on the sign, then he'd be like, oh, that's what my biological daughter's name is. Oh, that's weird. That's a weird coincidence. She looks just like me. Odd. 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 Hi. So just a little backstory. Kristen is painting a different model every day that's overcome a tragedy or trauma in their life, and she's representing their story through body paint. She's actually collaborated with a psychiatrist to help represent these stories, and if you want, you can take one of her voting cards right here and actually look at all of her finished paintings that she's done throughout ArtPrize. She's covered things like child molestation, PTSD, eating disorders, bipolar, living as a transgender, coming out as a lesbian, all sorts of different things. And she's painting a different story every day.
At least you have an excuse, I don't.
Whatever I gotta do to get through the day, right?
Hi. To give you a little backstory, Kristen's painting a different model every single day. She's representing and telling their stories of the actual personal trauma or tragedy that they've overcome throughout their life. Thank you. This is just the beginning stages. We're only about like maybe an hour in. I don't know what time it is, but it's like 7 to 8 hours.
Seriously, that is an hour.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah, we're actually doing pretty fast right now.
Like,
I'm never take a look. Here, you can actually take one of the voting cards and look at all of her finished paintings. She's covered eating disorders, being bipolar, living as a transgender, she's covered a wide range of things, and she's actually painted a model for the rest of ArtPrize too. Yeah, and telling our story through art, which is pretty incredible.
Making a lot of money, and I had credit cards, and how I went from making a lot of money to making like no money, and then
I know.
What's super funny is like when people stand really far back and try to take a picture of me, like think I don't know this. That cracks me up. So like, am I allowed to? I mean, I am in public. So.
Yeah.
Hi. How are you, ladies? Good. So Kristen's ArtPrize exhibit is painting a different model every day to represent something that they personally overcome throughout their life. She's covered a lot of different topics, and actually if you take one of her voting cards, you can look up all of her finished paintings that she's done, and she's going to continue to upload more. Yep.
At the end of the night, you'll be able to see this one. I'll upload it.
I used to watch that show on TV.
Skin Wars?
Yes.
She's,
I wish.
She might, Grandma.
she's,
I was on the news this morning. Does that count? No.
That's the first step.
Right.
Hi. Feel free to take, thank you. Feel free to take one of Kristen's voting cards. You can see all her finished paintings that she's done throughout ArtPrize and that she's going to continue to be doing throughout ArtPrize. Today she's representing my story of overcoming or getting out of a domestic abusive relationship. So feel free to take one of her cards and check it out later tonight once it's finished. Or come back later and come see us again.
It's getting close to being just as long as my first relationship. What does that mean?
I don't have my glasses on, so I can't ever read what anybody says. Hello. Talking, because I don't have my glasses, I can't see. I'm like, feel free to take one of her voting cards right here. She's representing a different trauma or tragedy that women and men have overcome throughout their life. She's telling her story through body paint.
I think that'll be on
She's covered a really wide variety of topics, from eating disorders to bipolar to today. She's telling my story of surviving a domestic abusive relationship.
Yeah, I watched that show on
Yeah, there's part of that.
Skin Wars.
Put it all together.
Yeah. Maybe something Kristen will be on. I feel like there's a very good possibility she'll be on. I should. It was a totally cool show.
I like seeing like the side of like
Yeah, like,
bowels
what they
and I
do,
like
You want to take one of her?
above me.
They had like the perfect angle of how juicy it off.
So every day.
It was just so weird how I mean, the rest of it was really can't complain.
So every day Kristen's painting a different model that is representing, she's telling her stories of overcoming something traumatic that we've overcome in our life. She's covered like child molestation, eating disorders, PTSD. Today, she's telling my story of being in a domestic relationship and body image. Lots of things. Living as a transgender. Things that are considered taboo, but happen to a lot of people.
There's the barbed wire one. The typical barbed wire too. Hey,
You want to take one of her voting cards? You can look up all of her finished paintings that she's done throughout ArtPrize. And so her exhibit's like pretty freaking awesome. I don't know if you heard a little bit of the backstory that I was telling you, but she's painting people. She's painting different models today, and she's representing an actual trauma and tragedy that model has personally overcome in their life. She's telling her story through paint. So she collaborated with a psychiatrist and with each model to try to get their stories across to the best of their ability. We're only about an hour in right now, but if you look up her ArtPrize page, you can actually look at all of her finished paintings that she's done already.
I think they're doing it like,
She's painting.
I think Pet 5
She's painting me now. So she's telling my story today of surviving a domestic abusive relationship.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought about it because I'm making my nauseous, so we should have
After it's all finished.
Just drink your beer. It'll make it.
Awesome model.
Yes. Awesome public.
Rachel, is it harder to stand there and be painted in front of the crowd or harder to share your story?
It depends on what part of the story they're asking about.
Or what part of the painting
Yeah.
as well. Because when I first come out and I'm
Yeah.
really bare, that's like
Yes,
the scariest
for
part
sure.
for me.
Luckily,
When she starts getting a little covered, she focuses on this first.
yeah,
And that helps.
it does make it way more comfortable.
Yeah.
Luckily, like today, I had these two people come up and they were so nice and like just talking to me like I was a normal person and
Right.
like sharing a little bit of their story. And then by the time I was done talking to them, like I was pretty much like half covered right here.
Right,
So
yeah.
I was like, oh, they're like, is it uncomfortable? I'm like, no, you guys like helped me. Thank you.
Yeah, you actually like
You're awesome.
did wonders. Yeah, it's always like I'm like coming from like where you like put everything on and like coming out here. It's like I'll go like do this in the closet, put the faces on the closet, and I'm like walking over here and there's like a bunch of people every time. Like really? Just gonna hop around
Kristen
everywhere.
and I forgot to take the thong to the bathroom, so I had to like go change that in the corner over there. I was like, okay. Like, walking up the stairs in a thong, I think, is like really uncomfortable too.
Right,
Because if
yeah.
somebody's right behind you, you know that they're getting a good glimpse of your
Right? And like
crack.
complete glimpse.
Like, they're like, oh, what's there? Oh, hi. How you doing?
Right?
Well, if you're going to see somebody's butt, at least it's nice.
Right.
At least you have a nice.
And that's actually a really nice view too, like of
If you're-
somebody's butt cheeks, like
If you're a
right
butt person, that could be like
It is the
part
best
of the
view,
week.
but-
It is really the best view of a butt.
No, I like laying down on your stomach with the kind of over the shoulder view.
If they have a big enough butt to do that, but like some of us aren't gifted, like then our butt goes to the side, so like it looks like your back goes into your butt and like your hips have an ass. Like does that make sense? Like when you lay down, you know how like when you lay down on your back and your boobs go to the side and it's like okay, like now I just have bones and my
Right,
armpits
yeah.
have boobs, basically.
I get what you're saying.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying, Kristen? Am I making sense? Am I making sense to anybody?
I have flats that flops everywhere, so no, I'm
Oh my gosh, did I tell you my experience this morning? Okay, so I was like, I waited till like Mark got a decent amount of sleep, and I was like, hey, would you want to take me to my appointment, or should I just Uber? He's like, no, I'll take you. Gets up, starts showering, blah, 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 gets all this stuff he has to do before we can actually leave, and I'm like, what was I thinking? End up being like 10 minutes late, just walk up to the front and be like, text says I was supposed to come to this line. He's like, oh, I must have missed your number, and I was like, yeah.
That's it.
Right? And then he just lets me, he just does all the paperwork and stuff, and I'm like, that was like the closest call. I'm just like sweating and shaking because I'm like, I need to get this done.
I gotta take off. It's getting late. My real life is calling.
I hate that you have a real life. It's really interfering with my schedule.
I'm
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm glad I saved 5 days of vacation for this. I really am. So I'll be here.
We're glad you did too.
Much more next week. I really feel blessed to be part of this. And just
High five, chicken fries. I don't know why that just came to my mind, but I drink a lot of coffee too.
Well, thank you for your hard work and
Yes.
making sure that things are set up when I'm an asshole
And I'm
and
here
sleeping.
all day. I got all day tomorrow, so
Okay.
even if you have
And
a
an
photographer
asshole,
lined
she
up,
said.
you know,
She hardly slept.
I'll still
I
be
know.
here
Poor girl.
probably before you get shit set up and all that
And I was
stuff.
gonna like come back for my appointment and then wake her up at like noon.
You know what we should do?
You know,
After ArtPrize, we should totally have a girl spa day.
we should have.
Before we all get
we should
massages.
Just like
have
a
party
sleepover.
tomorrow with us.
Yeah, let's do it. I want to sleepover and I'll
Get wasted on the
Well, if you don't,
or like
I can help
romance
chip in.
movies, whichever. It doesn't
figure it out.
Disney
Figure
movies are cool.
something out.
Yeah,
I feel like
we need to do
Disney
something
movies are
else.
better.
I think it'd be good for them all to meet each other.
Yeah,
too.
well, they
The ones
usually
that
make me
haven't.
cry,
I mean,
so-
some
Yeah,
of them
and
haven't
I'm not
interacted
like
through
trying
Messenger,
to.
but
Yeah. Sarah, Rachel, good seeing you
So
again.
Disney movies and comedy movies. That's what we'll do. Bye.
Bye. See you later, alligator.
Thanks for the muffin.
You're welcome. Take another one. Hello. Hi. So we're actually Kristen's ArtPrize exhibit is telling women, people. I shouldn't say women. She painted a gentleman as well, but she's telling people stories of traumas and tragedies that they've overcame throughout their life. So she's covered a wide range of things like child molestation, to PTSD, bipolar, eating disorders. Today she's telling my story of being in a domestic abusive relationship and overcoming that. So if you want to take one of her voting cards right here, you can look at all of her finished body paintings that she's done throughout ArtPrize, and she's actually uploading a new one every day. It's pretty cool.
My current boss just invited me to a wine tasting for Miss Chris.
Hello.
Hey, ma'am. Do you know how old I am?
So Kristen,
I'll come.
Were you like, probably be a better idea.
you want to take one of her voting cards right here?
Sure.
Yeah, you can look at all her finished body paintings that she's done throughout ArtPrize.
Very good.
She's actually painting a different
One of my
model.
favorite shows to watch on TV.
Ooh. She's actually painting a different model every day
Oh, cool.
and she's representing their story of overcoming a tragedy or trauma throughout their life.
Very cool.
Lots of different stories, lots of different taboo subjects that people don't like to talk about. Makes people feel comfortable.
Need to talk.
Yes,
Well, good luck,
exactly.
you guys.
thank you so much.
Hello.
I hope you don't care that your hurt's getting eaten a little bit by tie-dye. Not a lot, but
That's fine.
it's gonna overlap it just a little bit.
Hi. So today Kristen's telling my story. Hi friends. I was talking about you earlier. I was like, I met these two people that made me feel so comfortable, and they're so awesome.
Oh, that's great. Oh, it's looking so good too.
It's looking amazing.
Kristen's painting my story of breaking free of a domestic abusive relationship. If you take one of her voting cards, you can actually look up all of her finished paintings that she's done. Yep, she's painting a different person every day and representing their story through paint of something traumatic that they've actually gone through. We were talking about this is gonna be a heart right here, and she's gonna yeah. A puppy? Oh my gosh, I thought you said I thought a puppy. I was like, it looks like a puppy. Oh, what? I love puppies. Like, can we alter it? Can we make it a puppy?
Can we make puppies?
Maybe. I thought about telling her to have I love frogs. I love them. Tree frogs, red-eyed tree frogs are my favorite. So I thought about having her paint a red-eyed tree frog on my thigh. We'll see. What?
White.
Red-eyed ones. I like the red-eyed ones. Maybe holding up a peace sign.
Why not?
I'm such a hippie. So we were discussing out of the valves of the heart, making an explosion of nature come out. Trees, birds, flowers.
I love that idea.
And the back is going to be all mechanical, with gears and because it's in the past. I'm not looking back.
Yeah, process.
It's a metaphor. It's a good one. Yeah. she's actually gonna paint handcuffs on me too. That's actually like a real thing that happened to me. He actually told me that he was gonna handcuff me to the bed and never let me leave. So yeah, it's kind of like a real part of it. But then also it's like a good simile of like breaking free. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a double whammy. Go ahead and take one of her voting cards right here, guys, and before I start crying. And you can look up all of her finished artwork that she's done throughout.
I really appreciate you sharing that. You do it in a lighthearted way, but like I assume that it runs very deep. Just because you're lighthearted about it doesn't mean that it's still very stark.
It sucks. It's been a few years. It still sucks.
Do you connect with butterflies at all and their aspect of freedom?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think they're gorgeous. Like I totally think that all people are little caterpillars, and like there's something that's gonna build them and shape them and turn them into a butterfly. Like whether it be like if they love art or they love writing, they love reading, they love anything. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's a lot. Hi, everybody. 50 people. Okay.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
You want me to do this one? Give me a break for a second?
Okay, so you guys can feel free to go ahead and take one of Kristen's black and white voting cards right here. She's painted a different model every day. And she's representing their story in body paint of something they've actually personally gone through and overcome throughout their life. She's covered eating disorders, living as a transgender, coming out as a lesbian, PTSD, bipolar. You're not a statistic.
Did you say eating disorder,
Yeah.
child sexual
Oh,
abuse?
child molestation. And then she has a lot more coming too. She's doing a different model every day and telling their story. These are all of our stories, by the way. I feel like there's a lot of silence for like a large group of people. It's a little nerve-wracking.
Should I say something? Should I redo the spiel?
Yeah, do whatever you want. Talk if you want.
Like, what if you said it so far?
I pretty much like covered it, but I didn't tell him what she's painting me today. I'm waiting for somebody to ask.
I'll ask.
She's representing my story of surviving a domestic abusive relationship. And I'm a total hippie, so she's painting me tie-dye at my request. So Kristen actually collaborated with the psychiatrist and with every model to help get their story across in the way that the model feels comfortable. She's done such an amazing job making sure that the models feel comfortable, like as far as like going Facebook Live, taking photos, like standing here naked. Like as you see, I'm wearing leggings. I don't really have to if I didn't want to because I'm wearing underwear, but I'm standing here in leggings. It makes me feel a little bit more comfortable. She didn't start. I took my robe off like when my breasts were covered. Even though I'm wearing pasties, I'm not fully nude, but she just makes sure like the models are super comfortable, and she's awesome. You should definitely give her your vote. She's talking about things that are like that people feel uncomfortable talking about. You know, there's been so many people that go through domestic abusive relationships or rape or child molestation or eating disorders, or somebody that's gone through that, like your best friend has, or your mom or your sister, but it's something that you just don't talk about because it's not openly accepted in society, which is total fucking bullshit. You know what? People go through shit and it's normal to talk about it. Like it's okay to have a voice and to tell people your story and to be vulnerable and be afraid of rejection or judgment.
I'll try and come back.
Yeah. If you guys want to take one of her voting cards, you can feel free. My name's Sarah. You're welcome. I'm a real person and not a model, actually. You're welcome.
Right?
Love you. Bye, honey. Yes, she's yes. So she's telling my story with her artwork. Yes, ma'am. No.
Yep. So all my models have overcome a different trauma or tragedy. Today we're talking about domestic violence. I've also done other topics so far: anorexia, PTSD, coming out as a lesbian, depression, bipolar, and whatnot. So every day a different story, a different model, a different subject. We're also going to cover drug abuse, alcohol,
You can actually look on her
addiction
website
as well,
and see all
and so on. So. Thank you. Sarah, actually, my model today, modeled for that one as well. Yeah, same person. Different hair color though right now.
I was feeling real feisty then. I am, but now it's just good. But today she's painting my story of surviving a domestic abusive relationship. So she's portraying my soul right now. My hidden soul.
We'll probably be painting till about 8 o'clock tonight. So we've got a lot.
We've just barely begun. You know that my ringtone's the Harry Potter theme song? Really? Yeah. You should probably change yours.
I probably should. Okay. See you soon, guys.
We're proud of you. Oh, thank you. I love them. I want to be friends with them, like in real life, actually. I got a little bit much for me to handle.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I need a break.
Okay. Hi guys, every day for ArtPrize I'm painting a new model. They've all been through a different trauma or tragedy and I'm painting about their story. Today we're covering domestic violence. We've already covered things like anorexia, PTSD, bipolar, depression, child sexual abuse. All of my designs are on my ArtPrize site, so if you take a vote card, you're able to look at the previous designs that I've done, and then when I'm done with this one tonight, it will be uploaded as well. So we'll be painting till about 8 o'clock tonight. I'm doing live body paintings. All my models have gone through a different trauma or tragedy and I'm painting about their story. Sarah's going to be taking a little break here, but today we're covering domestic violence. We've already covered anorexia, PTSD, child sexual abuse, bipolar, depression, coming out as a lesbian and whatnot. If you guys take my vote card, you're able to see all the previous stuff that I've done for ArtPrize, and every night I'm uploading the new product. So.
Live models.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I worked with a psychologist out of Kalamazoo with my project, so she helped guide me through the whole process to make sure I wasn't creating another trauma or opening any wounds. Absolutely. We've had so many like people from the community just come through and share their stories as well. And then with my models, they all help come up with a design, so it's stuff that represents their story and themselves. They say it's very therapeutic going on and then even washing it off as well at the end of the day. So. I'm doing it now, except she went to go take a quick break, so she'll probably be back in about 10 minutes or so. But I don't know if you heard, all my models have been through a different trauma or tragedy, and I'm painting about their story. If you take my vote card, you're able to look up all the previous stuff that I've done, and I'm uploading each body paint every night. Usually takes about 8 hours to do, so we'll be here for a while.
Who's the current model?
Sarah, and she's representing domestic violence because she was in an abusive relationship. So beautiful. Thank you. We've already done topics like anorexia, PTSD, bipolar, transgender, coming out as a lesbian, all sorts of different topics. All my model stories are up here, so you're able to read them and see what their stories are about. All my models were found before ArtPrize. They are all volunteers, so they did all volunteer to be a part of my project, but I found them all beforehand to make sure I had someone lined up every day.
I just want to know, like, if they were like already like models.
A couple of them have done modeling for me for body paint before. These are two ladies I've actually painted here, and those were previous work, like that one I got in a magazine before and whatnot. So a couple of them have, a couple people haven't ever been body painted before, so it's their first time when they come up here. So they have underwear and then pasties. So, but it's still very exposing for them, as you can imagine. So thank you very much. Hi, how are you guys? Did you hear a little bit of what's going on here? Okay, great. All my model stories are up here. If you take a card, you're able to look up all my previous work, and then tonight's will be uploaded as well. She went to take a little break, but we'll be painting here till about 8 o'clock tonight, so. She went on a little break. She'll be back. Therapy dog for the day.
She is a registered therapy dog.
I believe it. You're gorgeous.
No, a therapy dog, she's not a service dog, she's a therapy dog. So like we can take her to a rehab facility or a nursing home or something like that. So Penny is...
What a sweetheart.
So calm.
Yeah, she's chill. How cute. Let me know if you ladies have any questions about anything. Taking a break. All my models have been through different trauma or tragedy, and I'm painting about their story and their experience. Today we're covering domestic violence. If you take a voting card, you're able to look up my previous stuff. So every night after I'm done, I am uploading the work. I've already covered things like anorexia, PTSD, coming out as a lesbian, depression, bipolar, being a mother of a bipolar child, and so on. So.
I love love this though.
Thank you. She'll be back.
in my nose.
No.
I got a little bit overwhelmed there for a second.
That's okay. Take first, so you know, take care of yourself first.
Oh, that's so sweet. The armpit check. Kristen's like super close to my armpits, so just gotta make sure they don't stink. Okay. Don't judge, we all do it. Come on.
Brighten some of these colors up. I might just do like a totally different color tie-dye on the way down.
Yeah, you can do all sorts of different tie-dye. Tie-dye's versatile. You can do like the blue and purple kind of, like I sent you a picture like
Yeah, how cool that looks on camera, Ewan. Sweet. Hey, how are you? I do.
How are you doing?
You still didn't bring me frozen yogurt, no?
I don't want to mess you up, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, all right. I
The
see how it
design
is.
might not be so amazing. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
Good. You're on here?
I am.
Where? Store. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks for stopping again.
Today she's telling my story of surviving a domestic abusive relationship.
Oh no.
Yeah. I
Were you
mean,
married?
no. No. I was not married. Never have been. We're in the beginning stages. We're only a little bit in.
You got cool tattoos.
Thank you. It's common knowledge that cameras gain 10 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Just for the record,
Yeah, so
Okay,
for
so
all of
what's
you
the
that saw
theme
me this
for
morning,
today?
breaking free from domestic violence.
And what is it?
explain the design.
Okay, so the front half of me is going to be a representation of my soul. I'm total freaking hippie, and like after I left, I really like accepted myself as who I was as a person. I'm a freaking tree hugger. I love the earth. I love tie dye. I love peace signs, and I love other things that hippies love. And
Because so far I see like explosions. That's what I'm saying.
well, it's tie dye, but it'll be it'll be cool.
Wow.
And so like this is gonna be a heart, and then I don't know if she's gonna do it, but we were kind of talking about like having like an explosion of nature coming out
yeah,
of.
I'm still gonna do like trees and stuff. I'll probably do
Coming
them black instead of like colorful. Yeah.
And then on the back side, she's gonna paint me as like a machine.
What? Are you serious? This is amazing. Every day I can't wait to see what you do.
Oh, thank you.
Next time I come through, I'll see where you're at.
Yeah, thanks.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm glad you got out of that too. That's very nice.
Thank you. Me too. Hey, ladies. So Kristen's ArtPrize exhibit is she's painting a different person every day, and each model is she's like displaying a personal tragedy or trauma that model has actually gone through in their life. She's covered like eating disorders, child molestation, PTSD, bipolar, living as a transgender, a lot of different topics that make people feel uncomfortable. And today she's painting my story of getting out of a domestic abusive relationship. And if you feel free to take one of her voting cards, you can actually look at all of her finished paintings on her website right there through ArtPrize. And she's uploading the painting every day that she does. So.
Michael's giving us hearts.
So Kristen, for her ArtPrize exhibit, she's painting a different model every day. Well, when I say model, I mean a person. So, like, we're just everyday people. We're not actually like professional models. But she's telling us our story,